It has intensified just a little bit, may do some more before it makes another landfall. Upper Texas coast, perhaps southwest Louisiana, but still rain is going to be the main issue, but the breeze is going to increase as well starting late Tuesday night and then going into Wednesday, and we'll get to that in just a bit. In fact, well, let me just back up for a second. Just want to show you the river stages because this is how we're setting the stage. Vermilion River already at 12 feet, so additional rainfall of 6 to 12 inches, then we're talking a crest better than 14, perhaps 15 feet. So we're going to have to watch that. Plus southerly winds coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. The Vermilion's going to be slow to drain. Mermentau flood warning as well. That may peak over 9 feet with time with the expected rainfall coming in the days ahead. So we will be watching that. So here's the big picture. Center of Harvey now, right around Matagorda Bay. A lot going on across Louisiana. So a round of heavy rainfall producing about 2 to 4 inches of rain area wide, but at least things are moving along. Boy, we could take this each and every day, but the grounds are certainly saturated. But the problem is we're going to go through a period where we're going to see some very heavy rainfall in a short period of time at some point between now and going into Wednesday. Look at the rainfall totals. This is 20 to 30 inches of rain across southeast Texas. As we get into Louisiana, you can see who's had the most rain, mainly from southern Lafayette Parish down to the coast. You get into blue, you're pushing 10 inches of rain in spots across portions of the coastal parishes. This is over the last 5 days, going back to Friday, and then we get into southwest Louisiana. Areas of close to 15 inches of rain across portions of Cameron Parish. So Calcasieu seeing heavy rainfall, western Jeff Davis as well, better than 10 inches. So these are the areas most primed for major flooding, and I think that's the way it's going to go. We're going to see more rains locally, but the highest rainfall totals will be across western portions of Acadiana. This afternoon, most of us seeing on and off showers, even a peak of the sun this afternoon, but very heavy rainfall shaping up not only across southwestern Louisiana, but extending into the Gulf, and we're seeing more activity building out in the Gulf. So we do expect more rain tonight, and there could be accumulations just tonight in the 3 to 6 inch range, especially where we're seeing this heavy rainfall that's ongoing across Jeff Davis into Cameron Parish. Do have a tornado warning right now for portions of Cameron Parish just over the next half hour or so. And looking at the Doppler velocities, we can see this looks like a rain squall. You have inbound winds here, so strong winds with this squall. So that's why we will continue to watch this system over the next little while. Elsewhere, we have tornado watch in effect. That's till midnight tonight. And then we got the flood watch in green. That goes till Thursday. So we will continue to watch this situation as we'll have even more watches, including now tropical storm warnings for portions of Acadiana. Center of Harvey. Back here, you can see where the thunderstorms are starting to peak right now, so it's starting to respond to getting back out over open water. The latest position just south of where we're seeing that convection, 45-mile-per-hour winds. It's drifting to the east-southeast, but eventually we think it's going to be making a run back for the upper Texas coast. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this track brings it a little bit closer to Cameron, but this keeps us in the mix for the possibility of heavy rainfall, at least through Wednesday. By Thursday, things may get a little bit better. Becomes a depression, and there are a couple of other things going on with respect to Harvey. There is a little bit in the way of drier air that's been mixing into this, and you can see that also pushing into the area. So it's not going to be widespread, continuous, but it's going to be on and off tropical squalls over the next several days. So here we go again with Harvey's track as we move it northward. A second landfall, we think sometime on Wednesday, and then moving inland. Our weather Wednesday gets more interesting and breezy as that storm moves inland just to the west of us, and we could see some pretty hefty squalls that have wind gusts at 40 to 50, and we'll detail some of the Acadiana threats. Tropical storm warnings now extended. Vermilion, Cameron Parish on westward. Might see that go a little bit farther to the east, but I don't think so at this point. Tropical storm warnings mean tropical storm conditions possible in the next 36 hours. That means winds gusting better than 40, and I do think we're going to see some gusts getting closer to 50 50 with time. This is predictive radar as we head into the evening hour, so more on and off heavy rainfall. The rain chances stay pegged at 100% for tonight, and we'll probably go 100% again tomorrow. This is just the predictive rainfall. We look at futurecasts, and again indicating that heavy rainfall developing overnight tonight, progressing off to the east. Then more rainfall, especially southwest Louisiana. Futurecast a little bit east on the forecast of the low pressure system, but notice as we get into Acadiana, very heavy rainfall once again for portions of the day, but hopefully things are moving along. And there's that low RPM model light, which has usually a left bias, actually likes the system going into Cameron, so that's why we'll keep that as a possibility. Heaviest rainfall will be across Texas, southwest Louisiana. Then we get into Wednesday, we'll see gusty winds with some of those squalls. So next 36-hour rainfall totals, this is what it's going to look like. Generally rainfall anywhere between say 6 inches, common in spots. Isolated spots are going to see up to 15 right here across this white area that you see just south and east of Lake Charles, west of Lake Arthur. But these numbers are not exact. Bottom line, 5 to 10 inch rainfall through the next 36 hours, and then hopefully lower amounts as we move ahead. Here are the local impacts. We're going to have a little bit of a storm surge, 1 to 3 feet per the National Hurricane Center. It might be closer to 2 to 4. So keep that in mind along the coast. And by the way, that water blocks the rainwater from evacuating in the Gulf. Plan for that additional 6 to 12, 15 to 20 western sections, and by Thursday things begin to calm down. Wind damage, not expecting that, but we could see gusts and squalls 40 to 45 in some of those heavier squalls. Tornado threat continues through tomorrow and Wednesday, and then will decrease thereafter. So here we go as we get into that 10-day forecast. 100% rain chances tomorrow, 90% Wednesday with those tropical storm conditions. And again, prepare for flooding. I don't think it's going to be on par with the August flood based on the latest information, with maybe a little dry air getting entrained with Harvey. But the bottom line, there will be spots that flood, especially southwest Louisiana, coastal parishes where they've already gotten close to 10 inches of rain. But nothing like southeast Texas. We're not going to have that kind of flooding, right. But there's going to be some folks that are going to have to deal with that at some point. When, we can't tell you, so just be on guard through the next couple of days.
Really interesting to look at the maps with the rain accumulations and just the colors that we're not typically used to seeing.
Right, and we see white here and there, and the model's never really right, but it's telling us, and we see it on every run, that areas of white are 15 to 20 inches of rain. So somebody could get that.